original.
Welcome to Web Crawlers. Here is our weird thing of the week that we release every Friday as a mini episode. I think we both have something, actually.
Yeah,
or we have a few things.
We have a couple things.
Okay, so I have a weird tarot card story.
Okay.
And it's actually a little scary. So I found, when I was in Hawaii last year, I took a romantic vacation to Maui alone. Yes. And I got these tarot cards that are called Gypsy Witch playing cards. I'll show you what they look like.
Okay.
And because I dabble in this kind of stuff.
Sure.
The Gypsy Witch fortune cards. And I posted them on my Instagram being like, found these cool cards. When I went to the store only had one deck of these cards. It was the only card they had. And they were like, oh, we just got those in and we only got one deck. And I was like, weird.
One deck?
Yeah. So I posted it. And then this girl who follows me, who I've never met, but she's like some witchy girl who follows me, said, wow, I've never seen anyone else who has those. I also have those. Like, I come from a long line of gypsies. Be careful with those cards. They have a really dark energy.
What?
And I was like, okay.
Oh, no.
Like, thanks for letting me know. She was like, make sure that you put them in, you wrap them in cloth and you sage them and you keep them in a box and you keep them somewhere safe so that the energy doesn't like infiltrate you or your apartment. And I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I was just trying to buy like a gift at like a gift store. Like, sure. So I had them and like I've had them in my apartment. I like didn't wrap them up or anything like that. I just had them on a table. She randomly messages me 2 days ago and said, I had a dream where my spirit guides came to me and they told me that you need to destroy the tarot cards immediately.
What?
And I was like, what? And she goes, you need to destroy the tarot cards. Do you still have them? And I said, yeah. She's like, you didn't bind them, did you? And I go, no, I just have them. I've just had them in my apartment. She goes, my spirit guides told me that you need to destroy the tarot cards immediately and that I need to contact everyone who has those cards and tell them to destroy them.
Oh.
And I was like,
oops.
What was that?
That was my foot. I'm sorry. Oh. Wait, when did you first talk to her?
Whenever I went to Maui, so it must have been like almost like a year, 6 months ago.
Okay.
And then she messaged me like 2 days ago.
What is her profile public?
Yeah,
her Instagram
I'll show
profile?
it to you. She doesn't seem crazy.
Who does she know? Who else she knows other people who have those cards?
I guess so. I don't know.
What the hell?
So then I was like, how do I dispose of them? Like, I just throw them in
garbage.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, can I just throw them in the dumpster? And she goes,
oh, no. You got to bury it like an Ouija board.
I can't even bury it. She said, no,
God.
you have to burn every card. You can't look at the face of the card. And then she goes, and then you have to say, be gone. And I go, I live in an apartment. How do I burn? I can't burn shit. And she goes, you don't have a cauldron?
You don't have a cauldron.
And I go, no, I don't have a cauldron.
What is a cauldron?
And then she goes, do you have a pasta pot? And I go, I actually don't have a pasta pot either.
But how does that even, what would that do?
I'm supposed to, you just
could burn them in
put them in the
pasta pot and then you
set it on fire.
Wouldn't that burn the pot?
I don't know. But nevertheless,
It would smell really
It wouldn't
bad.
burn a cauldron.
I bought a cauldron off Amazon.
Bought a cauldron?
But the cauldron I bought was tiny. I didn't realize that. You know how sometimes you buy things and then they end up being like, it was like 3 inches big, the cauldron I bought. So I ripped up the tarot cards and I put them in the cauldron. And then I tried to light them on fire, but they wouldn't burn on fire.
They're like coated?
They're coated. So
You have to get lighter fluid.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's what I have to do. I have to get lighter fluid.
In lighter fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then do it out by some trees or something. Or go to the Griffith Park and do it around some dry brush.
It's going to smell really bad.
I'm going to be an arsonist.
A forest fire was started by tarot card enthusiasts.
That's horrible. So anyways, I tried and I just I feel like the effort is enough, right?
I don't think so. I don't think
dude.
so. I'm sorry.
My parents have like a little fire pit. I think the next
Oh,
move is I
yeah.
go to my parents' house
Just
and I
dump 'em
use
in
their
there.
little fire pit.
Yeah.
And then I leave the curse at their house.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
then she was
sure
like, and then
that'll
you
be
take
fine.
the ashes and then you bury. I'm like, this is a
Oh,
lot of
come
effort for these
on.
fucking cards I
Did
bought.
she say what could happen if you don't do it?
Good question.
I'd love to know.
Yeah, like evil spirits are going to come haunt you.
I mean, I think that gypsy might be a slur, but I'm talking about literal gypsies.
Sure, yeah.
I think the gypsies that curse you, like the witch gypsies that curse you, I think are bad news. She said, bring a pasta pot and burn each card, but don't look at the card. Then either put water in it and flush it or bury it. You have to burn the things that are not of service to your soul. But these cards have got to go, capitalize. People don't realize that they're selling things that are just not right. I know. It's crazy.
Well,
You have to burn them before 2020. My guides told me
Oh.
I have to reach out to everyone who has these cards. Like,
you need to do this today.
I know. So anyways, that was my weird thing of the week is that if
Okay.
I die, it's because I didn't do these cards yet.
Well, R.I.P. Allie.
I know. Anyways, what's your weird thing?
Well, we got this funny iTunes review.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a weird iTunes review. It's called I'm Freaking Out. And they gave us 5 stars, so thank you.
Yeah,
It's
thank
by
God.
Snafu24. It says, I was driving at night in a rural area earlier and saw a figure on the side of the road next to a field. The hair on the back of my neck stood up, and I was freaking out inside my head. I had my 3 kids in the back of the car. Right when we passed the figure, I could see it was a man in a black coat smoking a cigarette. It was a weird place for him to stand on the roadside, not a normal place to wait for a ride. Then when we got home, my oldest daughter asked if Mommy was home. I said no. She said that she heard a voice twice and thought it was her mom saying her younger sister's name. Ever since the episode talking about the person living in someone's attic or closet, that pops up in my mind occasionally. So thanks for making my mind go places I don't always want it to, and keep up the good work. P.S. If you don't get any likes on your posts from me for a while, something has happened.
Me too.
Wow.
And then there was another story that involves a hitchhiker. We got an email.
Oh my God, I haven't read this.
We got an email from a guy named Trent. He's the guy who sent us the email about the weird Nazi website on the dark web.
Oh my God, Trent's life is a mess. What else is Trent saying?
He says the South American zombie dust you mentioned in the latest episode is called scopolamine. It's a deliriant, which is a type of hallucinogen that causes severe confusion and impairment of short-term memory
Oh my God, maybe we've all accidentally took that today.
and also extremely lifelike, photorealistic, terrifying hallucinations. It's produced by a number of plants, even some in North America. If you live in the Northeast, look up Jimson weed. You may have seen it before. I believe the South American plant is called Datura, though.
Now I'm like really afraid that I've been ingesting Jimson weed.
So some people actually take scopolamine for fun, if you can believe it. I tried to take some with my ex-girlfriend, but we bought the wrong seeds online.
Oh no.
Probably for the best, as it's very difficult to dose properly, and dosing too much can raise your body temperature enough that you can die from it. Even if we dosed it correctly, it would have been terrible.
Oh my God, it's in Los Feliz.
What? Scopolamine?
Jimson weed.
Jimson weed. If you want a scopolamine like deliriant experience, but want it safer, you can take like 20 or so Benadryl. You know, what's funny is that I have taken, there's this drug called Coricidin,
Yeah.
which is like a cold drug. And like me and my friends used to take a lot of it for fun. Because if you take at least like 10, like it really fucks you up.
There's Jimson weed is related to angel's trumpet, which is that's a flower I've heard of.
Oh.
And angel's trumpet is indigenous to Southern California. They're like lilies with long necks.
Oh.
And those are all over Los Feliz. And apparently the kids at Marshall High School were eating them up.
Oh,
And
what?
the cops had to come.
Were they all messed up?
They were barfing
Oh, no.
and nauseous, had difficulty breathing.
Barfing.
They're
Barfing. They were barfing.
They were barfing. They were puking.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
So apparently the active ingredient Diphenhydramine is a deliriant at high doses. Speaking from experience, it's scary as hell and causes a bad hangover. But turning my brain into a haunted house ride for a night was interesting and not like any other drug I've done before. Also, I included a picture of me and a hitchhiker I picked up. He was not hot, nor was he a ghost, but he did have a lot of problematic views, and that's spooky too, I guess.
Let me see the
His
picture.
name is Jim, and I took him out to Waffle House for dinner after I picked him up, which is where I took the pic with him. This guy, Trent, is living a crazy life. Picking up hitchhikers, buying drugs off the internet. And he also included a picture of his dog.
Trent, I think we need to be cautious as it comes to emailing with Trent.
I think Trent's cool. I think Trent lives his life on the edge. Also, I'd pick up that hitchhiker. Anyone who's wearing like a concert tour shirt and has a beard and is over 60, I think is okay.
I mean, he doesn't look threatening.
He looks like he went to a Jimmy Buff concert and then he was like
he just left Margaritaville.
yeah, exactly. Like his wife left before him because he wanted to stay.
Yeah.
And he was like, let me just have one more picture.
Yeah. Another weird thing that we found out, or that someone told us, that Rachel, actually, who we co-host 90 Day Fiancé Slumber Party with, her brother went to go see Shen Yun. That weird, I don't even know, what is it? It's like a musical
performance Chinese
thing?
Dance.
And that apparently it's a cult?
Shen Yun? That's how they say it in the commercial.
Shen Yun?
Shen Yun? Melissa, will you explain?
Okay, so it's
also last week we all just like said Shen Yun to each other and then immediately started getting Shen Yun advertisements.
I don't think I said it out loud, or we were texting about it, and then I immediately got an ad for Shen Yun on Twitter.
That's so scary.
It's so funny, and because I watch a lot of Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, that little block of time is kind of set aside during the weekdays.
Gorgeous.
That's nice.
And they always have Shen Yun commercials on. It's like the number one commercial, that in Chantix. And the Baldwins love Shen Yun. Because
like Alec Baldwin?
No, like the like Haley, what's the girl's name?
Oh,
Dad.
really?
Because they have them talking to audience members, and then they have like a Baldwin being like, it's a family tradition. We've been coming for years.
Shut up.
What?
That's so weird.
And they love it. And
That
if the
family's
Baldwins like it, I don't know.
Well, it's a performing arts and entertainment company that was formed in New York City, and their performances are classical Chinese arts like music and dance. And their claim is that they celebrate traditional Chinese arts going back like 5,000 years. And it was founded in 2006 by the Falun Gong cult that was banned in China.
Uh-oh.
So it's apparently a front for a group of Falun Gong, which raises money to fund their organization and their activities in China. So someone online said the show was a super awkward propaganda campaign. And the show starts with some cool dancing, then suddenly you're being brainwashed into believing these wealthy, homophobic, religious nuts are actually the victims. They have weird music about not listening to the lies of science and the hearsay of evolution.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So it's apparently, someone called it the Scientology of China.
That's no good.
So that makes a little bit of sense.
You know something interesting?
Yes.
So I live near the Scientology Center in Los Feliz.
Yes.
And they always go to the coffee shop I go to every morning. Mm-hmm. And this morning I was out walking my dog. I saw two Scientologists holding hands. And then one Scientologist made eye contact with me and like smiled at my dog.
Yeah, well, they're people, Allie.
I didn't think they were allowed to do that. Like I didn't think they were allowed to show affection in public or make eye contact with normals.
I think they are, because it's all, they want to get you in.
They want to recruit you.
I've never had a Scientologist make eye contact with me before, and I've like tried.
I'm looking at you right now.
Damn.
Just kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
William Baldwin says on Shen Yun, it was, breathtaking and surprising, a true history lesson.
That's so cool.
I wasn't expecting it to be as powerful as it was in that way. So he was moved.
Yeah, apparently it's disguised as traditional Chinese dance, but it's actually full of like religious and political brainwashing.
Startling and breathtaking.
Well,
a true history lesson about the traditional tradition of political oppression, but also artistic expression about ethnicity, about tradition. It was just a lot of grace in that performance tonight, said Mr. Baldwin.
Well, I'm convinced.
Yeah, so basically what we're saying is go see Shen Yun. Stat if you can. Maria, do you have anything weird to say?
Just that my hands are so cold.
It is really, really cold in here.
It's so cold in here.
It's really, I almost got when I came in, I almost said, can I go to my car real quick to get a sweater? I'll be right back.
Oh, you should have.
I
Where's
didn't.
your
I held
robe?
it in.
Oh, my robe's here.
Why did you put that
the
robe
weird
on?
thing of the week is I forgot this was here.
Oh, that's kooky.
Yeah, that is
That
the
is
weirdest
weird.
thing. It's those damn tarot cards of yours.
That is strange.
Oh, they're already affecting
Yeah,
us.
they're affecting us.
I'm
everything.
saying Tucky.
Yeah,
You're
they're
saying
affecting our
Georgia,
brain.
and I forget my ropes here.
Oh, goodness.
What's going to happen next?
Anyways, tune in next Friday for our Weird Thing of the Week. I'm Allie.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Maria.
Bye.
Bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by ACAST.